So is a raw food diet overblown? Can it actually help you with your hormones, your gut health, autoimmune disease?
Or is it something that you don't need to do and you don't need to follow? Is there benefit to you following a raw food diet? Well, here is our uncensored opinion, and we're going to dive into 5 aspects of it when it comes to the health of your hormones, gut health, autoimmune disease restoration. So after 15 years on raw food and having coached hundreds of people into health, we're going to give you our honest answers. Let's get started.
Hey, it's Paul and Yulia Tarpov here.
Certified holistic nutritionists and lifestyle coaches with over 12 years of experience helping you create healthy hormones, reverse autoimmune disease, and also create a body and life of your dreams. And if you haven't as yet watched our free training class, make sure that you register for it. It's been watched by thousands of people, and we are diving into the 5 root causes that might be keeping you stuck when it comes to the restoration of your hormones, autoimmune challenges like Hashimoto's or others, and also weight loss and gut health restoration. So grab your spot, it's free, and watch it to the end.
So we've been following a raw food diet for 15 years now. So 4 of those would have been all raw, and the rest would have been a high raw diet.
Yes, so it's been a high carbohydrate, low fat nutritional approach to raw foods, with certainly loads of raw foods on our table. But we've also seen a lot of clients over the years. We've dealt with a lot of issues that our clients have experienced over the years. And we've also gone through our own challenges on this diet. So we wanted to talk about the things that a lot of other gurus and experts might not talk about. So the first one is crucial, and that is making a raw food diet work for your health challenges. So first thing first, let's understand what is it that you are dealing with. What is your health issue? Are we talking about certain hormonal imbalances? We're talking about thyroid, Hashimoto, autoimmune disease. So when we were following a fully raw diet, so fully raw vegan diet, high carb, low fat, super clean, absolutely clean. We didn't have any salt in our diet. We didn't have any oil in our diet.
Very clean.
Very clean, yes, as clean as it can get. After a few years into that, I tested my Hashimoto's antibodies and they were still high. Now, I believe that they were probably in the thousands when I tested them. If you've got Hashimoto's, then you will know what it is. If you've got a thyroid disease, then definitely go and check your Hashimoto's antibodies. Or if you've got thyroid symptoms, then definitely go and test your thyroid antibodies. A lot of our clients come to us with early stage Hashimoto's, which means that their thyroid might be in balance, so their thyroid levels are fine, but their antibodies are high. So that is the early stage Hashimoto thyroid disease, when thyroid is already going through distraction, and by the time the numbers are out of range, that's when the thyroid actually gets damaged. So I still had high thyroid antibodies. Probably they were not as high as they would have been before I switched to a raw food diet. I don't know, because I didn't test them before. But when I tested them, they were still in 700s, 700s. And that is high, because we need to see ideally being under 100, and even better still, under 30 and as close to 0 as possible. So I had to do a lot more work, and I understood that I need to, okay, this is the plan that I'm choosing for myself, but I need to tweak it and make it work for me. And also, you need to understand that you will be going through stages in your life, because life has stages. And as a female, especially if you're female, you will be going through pregnancy stages, through breastfeeding stages, you will be going through hormonal changes, perimenopause, menopause, and you need to understand how to sustain your body and nurture your body during those moments. And a raw food diet will need to be tweaked and modified depending on where you are at. So this is very important. And just also, likewise, for people with a lot of our clients have blood sugar imbalances also. So we will tweak this diet, and candida problems, for instance. We will tweak this diet in order to for them to be able to address their issues. Yes, so you need to understand what nutrients you need and how to address your specific health concerns. So a raw food diet is a generic direction for you, but you still need to choose a very specific path that will address your health issues.
Okay, so the next one is, should you do an all raw diet for the rest of your life or not? So yes, some people do benefit from doing an all raw diet, and some can do it long term. Others choose not to, for whatever reason that may be, personal preference or
Sustainability of it.
Sustainability, yes, absolutely. Or their particular health condition, they feel that they're better off doing high raw, for example. So it's not a one size fits all is really what we're trying to say.
Yes, and also when it comes to us working with our clients, what we find is that we would much rather for people to stick to a super healthy, whole food, high raw lifestyle plan and do it long term because it's more sustainable than jump on a raw food diet and then not being able to maintain it long term. So this yo-yo is not good for your health. And if you are choosing a raw food diet, it's possible to maintain it. You need to do it very well and you need to do it in a very organized way. You can't just eat watermelons all day long or just eat papayas or just eat, monofruits and hope that your health will be good long term, because you really need to understand how to do it. And especially when it comes to healing specific health challenges, yes, to start with, you will notice results because you are no longer bringing junk into your body and your body is starting to detoxify itself, to cleanse itself. And yet that is just one of the stages that your body needs to go through in order to restore. Your body then also needs to replenish itself, and you also need to supply your body with the right nutrition in order to be able to thrive long term. So all these things need to be taken into consideration, and a lot of our clients prefer to eat a high raw food diet. Some of our clients come to us and say, you know what, I want to eat a raw food diet, help me do it, and I'm gonna stick to it. This is my personality. I love it. I love the challenge of it. I want to do it. It helps me grow and it really helps me organize things. Okay, great. That's fine. Absolutely fine. And yes, you can do it. But again, you need to do it the right way. And this is what we're trying to say. And as we are moving through this video, you will understand some of the issues and some of the challenges that you can overcome when you have the right knowledge in place.
So the next one is protein, and it's true, yes, you can go too low on protein on a raw food diet. It can actually happen. The thing is, we do need a certain amount of protein, and when you look at studies, and the World Health Organization would say that you need at least 0.8 grams per kilogram lean body weight, which is really important. And it's very easy on a raw food diet to go below that or significantly below that and be eating maybe even half of that of what you really should need, minimum, what they recommend from the World Health Organization. So it's crucial that you understand, yes, I do need to focus on my protein as well and not just go really low protein, think I'm eating fruits and vegetables and everything's just going to be fine. No, you really need to focus on it.
And the myth that you will hear in the raw food movement is that you can get all your protein by just eating more fruit. So for as long as you eat sufficient amount of calories and greens and you add some nuts and seeds, you're going to meet your protein requirements. Well, I encourage you to go to Chronometer, which is a free software where you can log your calories and see the breakdown of what you're consuming in a day, and do just that.
See how much you're under eating on protein potentially.
And see how much you're under eating on protein potentially, because on the raw food diet you'll be lucky to get to 30 grams.
25, if you're lucky, 30 grams.
30 grams of protein. Yeah. And for a female like myself, I'm a 120 pound female, and I'm very grateful that this lifestyle does enable me to maintain a just beautiful body and beautiful weight year in and year out, actually effortlessly as well. But for a female like myself, 50 grams of protein is within the recommended World Health Organization guideline. So I'm eating half the amount of protein that I'm supposed to eat now. What is the danger of that?
Well, the danger of that is it can affect things like your bone density. And especially as you're getting older, post-menopausal women and elderly people in general can actually have a problem with their bone health and the high risk of fractures. Osteoporosis as well. So it's really important that you focus on protein, not just when you're older, but obviously when you're younger as well, because it's very important for our bone health and our overall health.
Yes, and we're not talking about high protein diets. We're not talking about, just eating some crazy amounts of proteins, like 2 grams of protein a day if you're not even an active female and you're not bodybuilder or something like that. And even bodybuilders, that's debatable, that much protein, because you do not need to eat tons of protein, but you need to meet your needs. And what we're trying to say is that it's difficult to meet your needs with a raw food diet. You need to be very smart about it. You will need to add extra healthy protein sources, plant foods, protein sources. So you want to make sure that not only you thrive in now, but you also, building your healthy future, and especially as you age.
So as we get older, we want to stay as healthy as possible. This is our aim. This should be our aim for our health.
Yes, exactly. So protein comes into play, and it's important to eat sufficient amount of it, not too much, not too little, but sufficient amount of protein for your needs. Now, the next one is balanced ratios. And if you go too much with just fruit, potentially you can fall a bit short on certain
macronutrients like protein and essential fats.
Essential fatty acids. And on the other hand, if you can consume way too much fat as well. So there's a low fat raw food diet, there's a high fat raw food diet. So you need to make sure that your ratios are dialed in. And a lot of clients who come to us, they're already on what they believe to be a healthy diet, but so many of them are missing the vital pieces of the jigsaw, and this is why they're still not experiencing results. So make sure that you are balancing your ratios, you're understanding what ratios you need for your health, and you are meeting those ratios when it comes to your nutritional plan.
Okay, so the next one is pretty controversial, or can be, and it's supplements. Yes, this can be a really controversial subject, especially with people who think that you just eat a whole foods, raw food diet and everything's just going to be fine. You're going to detox your body and you can live your rest of your life like that, just eating whole foods. Well, to be honest with you, we believe that's bunk. And from our experience and our knowledge that we gained over many years and study, there are certain things you have to have, and not all of these things you're going to get from the food that you eat, even if they are 100% raw.
Yes, exactly. So over the years, we've seen clients who have been maintaining a long-term raw food diet, for example, but their health has been damaged by it because they ignored supplementation, because they held on to this Puritan approach, natural hygiene, and we agree with a lot of things that natural hygiene says. But at the same time, we disagree with its view on supplementation. And the view is that, well, because everything is given to us, so we're just going to get, the soil is sufficient in its nutrients, so we're just going to get everything from plants, and that's all we need to do in life. Now, this is literally like living in a woo-woo cuckoo land, because we live in a very, very unhealthy world. And in fact, where we are right now with our stage of evolution, if you can call it evolution, we are literally bombarded with toxins and poisons around us, and what we are doing is we are just maintaining what we've got or repairing what's been damaged by the world that we're living in. You cannot compare this world, the world that we're living in right now, to some kind of
paradise
10,000 years ago
in a jungle,
10,000
lots of fruits and eating the foods that we need.
Are you kidding me? How can you compare this world to the world that we had 10,000 years ago?
What have we got now? We've got EMFs, they're never around then, they're everywhere, Wi-Fi and all the rest of it, mobile phones.
Chemtrails.
We've got trails in the skies, we've got pharmaceuticals, hormones in the water. You can't drink tap water. You need to filter that because of all the things that are in there. Radiation levels from nuclear testing that's gone around the world.
Jabs, people shedding jabs, all those are issues.
Yeah, there's just like a whole wealth of issues out there now which weren't here all those many years ago. So we don't live in an ideal world now. So to think we just eat ideal, fruits and vegetables and everything's just going to be hunky-dory is really not being realistic.
It's actually a very dangerous concept to adopt in our world, because we've seen detrimental things happen to people who adopted this concept. They would come to us 20 years into it, 25 years into it, and some of them were bedridden. And I'm not overly exaggerating that. They were, because they listened and they followed the wrong advice and the wrong concepts. So you need to understand that, yes, there are certain supplements that you will need to take, and there are certain supplements that you might need to add based on your specific health condition. Are we talking about every supplement and herb under the sun? No, only what's essential for you in order to be able to maintain your optimal levels. And should you feel bad that, oh gosh, I'm low in iron or B12 and therefore there's something wrong with it, therefore I need to eat more raw food diet, go on a fast, go on a juice fast, go on a cleanse, do coffee enemas, do this and that in order to fix myself. No, there's nothing wrong with you. You are not the normal human being living in a very unhealthy world, trying to live your best and healthy life, which we cannot neglect those facts. So those are the facts, and we need to understand that the world has changed. You need to eat as many nutrients as possible, and your food needs to be as organic as possible. We went to a health shop this morning to get this organic kale and organic greens and this papaya, and we do our best, absolutely do our best. But there are other things that you need to know on top of just eating a raw food diet, and even just meeting a certain ratio, high carbohydrate, low fat, that can help you not only optimize your health, but also build a much healthier future for you as you age.
So if you'd like us to help you with your health, then let's have a chat.
So book your free 15-minute health accelerator call, where we're going to look at your current health situation, assess some of the root causes that might be causing your issues, and also help you create a plan of action and see if we could be a fit for us to work together inside our coaching program. So that's the link. Grab the 15-minute slot. If you are committed to restoring your health, if you understand that your health is your number one priority and you're ready to invest and prioritize your health, then let's jump on a call and let's create a plan for you.